Alright, fuck it. We're talking about Supreme Court shit today. I read this fucking shit today at work. Specifically, I read all the way. Where's this nigga's fucking? Not Justice Thomas. There we go. I've read the dissenting opinions and shit like that, and naturally, these are the most interesting parts of it because I was curious. I was wondering how the grand question with all of this, as an introduction, is what does it mean to be born within the jurisdiction of the United States of America? Right? What could that possibly mean? Layman's terms, the simple English, the common English that we all know and would come to expect, would just mean that you are subject to the laws of wherever you are at that point in time. If I have a gun here in the state of Georgia that has a magazine that has more than 10 bullets, and I take that gun with me to California, I've broken a law by being in California with that gun, right? And I can't just say, well, originally I was in Georgia, so I shouldn't be getting fucked over at all, because that's not how it works. I'm in the jurisdiction of California. I would think that that would be the main part about all of this shit, is being in the jurisdiction, the appropriate jurisdiction of the United States of America. How does the dissenting opinions talk about alternative interpretations of what it means to be in the jurisdiction of? And I read fucking Justice Alito's shit. I've not highlighted it. I was going through and highlighting Mr. Thomas, also known as, hold on. If you haven't seen Mr. Thomas, he looks shockingly like this guy, right? This character. I believe, hold on, let me get a side by side. This is him. You're gonna look me in the fucking eye and the main point that I want to get to is that when it comes to the issue of jurisdiction, right, there is no alternative definition that is good enough. They posit a whole bunch of different things, whether it's being completely renounced from your home country, right, if you're being born here. They have, does it mean owning something, owning a piece of land? They go through the entire genealogy of history. But all of this shit, I just want to just scroll through all 200 pages. All of this ignores the context of why we have the 14th Amendment in the first place. It's referenced by several of the different justices. I really don't think that it gets the attention that it deserves. So, brief history lesson. A long time ago, there's a dude named Dred Scott. He was a slave. There were still 5 states in the United States of America at the time that were completely free states. Like, you could, if you're a black man there, you could buy land, you could fucking vote. And so he escapes slavery, goes all the way up north, buys a home, starts chilling his life there. Slave hunters find him, chase him down, and fucking bring him back. This court case develops. Dred Scott says, damn it, I am an American citizen. I even own land in this country. Damn it. And I deserve to be treated as an American citizen. The United States government itself had the opportunity to do the right thing, and instead it showed its ass. And that is the reason why we have the 14th Amendment, because the United States government literally said that you as black people can never be citizens, because the characteristic of being property is in your blood. That is functionally what the 7-2 fucking Supreme Court decision back in the day said. Not only that, they kowtowed so hard. We fumbled. Not we. Not me. Not me nor niggas that look like me. Let's get that straight. But the United States government fumbled so hard on that Supreme Court decision that they incited a war that split the country in two and killed millions. After the war, and this is something that Alito complains about in his dissenting opinion. He says, why should we have birthright citizenship when we are the only country on this side of the world that has it? Real simple. Every other country that had slaves, typically they went somewhere else, had slaves in that country, and then could leave. They bounced. Like, all these countries had slaves, decided eventually slavery was bad, slavery was immoral, and they either left that country to be governed by the people that they left there, or they had a system of citizenship that was easily put in place, right? To put it into perspective, during the peak of slavery in the United States of America, like 13% of the population of America were slaves, right? During the peak of slavery in Great Britain that allowed slaves, right? That number was less than 20,000. So it wasn't a big deal to implement policies and things like that. Make sure that that anybody who comes through or anyone who's born there becomes naturalized to become a British citizen, because there's only 20,000 niggas. The United States of America, suddenly 1/6 of all of the niggas here, like suddenly we had to figure out what to do with millions of black people at once, and the government couldn't leave them anywhere. The only option would have been to like either do birthright citizenship or carve out states in the United States of America that would be completely governed and ruled only by black people. So they chose the practical option, right? They're not leaving the fucking United States. They just fought a war less than 100 years ago for independence. So I say all that to say that we had the opportunity to not need birthright citizenship. We kowtowed so hard to racism that it fucking ruined everything. Fucking ruined everything. And another thing that bothers me about this is that during all of it, there's this sort of implied decision that we should never have applied birthright citizenship to everybody because it was supposed to be specifically an answer to the slavery problem, right? But the reason why the fucking amendment doesn't breed slaves, and slaves in particular, or black Americans or anything like that, the reason why it doesn't read that is because even back then they fucking knew that if you give the ability or any ambiguity to take away citizenship from somebody, to create a second class that you can subjugate, the United States of America is going to take it. They were smart. The 14th Amendment preempts the government from fucking over, say hypothetically, another minority group of hardworking brown-skinned people that are nearby and could have, and maybe might have, been subjugated by the United States of America for slave labor if this wasn't allowed. That the context, specific context about all of this is being ignored. So yeah, there's a lot of discourse about like, how could this possibly be a decision that has any dissenting opinions? And while morally I can understand that, another thing that you have to always keep in mind is the fact that the United States of America is a fucking country that has been held in the grips of exclusively white men for all generations except like the last one. My father is fucking 85 years old. He legitimately was born in 1941 and couldn't sit in a fucking movie theater as a child with other white people to watch old school Bugs Bunny cartoon. Right? So the era of literal racist subjugation being backed by the rule of law is not even one lifetime ago. So it's not even like one lifetime ago. So I don't think that it is in any way, shape, or form surprising to see that a group of people interpreting events and that occurred in the history of this white supremacist country have a reading of the events that is not favorable to the context, the specific context and experiences of black folk, right? We need birthright citizenship, because if we didn't have birthright citizenship, y'all niggas would literally fight to the death, to make sure that somebody else who is an immigrant in this country feels less than you in every aspect of their life. And it's been proven time and time and again. I cannot believe that I'm about to make and edit this video before posting my fucking Nikki Giovanni and James Baldwin rant. But you know, niggas be lazy, be afraid of sharing themselves online. None of that anymore. No.